in the Power View. In the Power View. So today's class, we are going to start with the visualizations. So far, we are done with 5 classes. Today's class is class number 6. What we discussed in the class 5? In the class 5, we discussed something called hierarchies and drill down visuals. Continuation to hierarchies and drill down visuals. And today's class is class 6. And we are going to start with what? Visualizations. The core concept of Power View is visualizations. What is the use of Power View is? Power View is used to create visuals. To create what? Visuals. Let's see now. Open Power BI Desktop. Important class. Click on blank report and load some tables first. Get data Excel, sample superstore, and load orders table. Just load orders table. Click on load. Okay, that's fine. Now I have an orders table, right? So when I have a table, now I can go to report view now. I can start building the visuals now. What I can do? I can start building the visuals using this table. Okay, with this data. Okay, when it comes to visuals, so now the data is there in the table. When by going and seeing the table, can I know each product wise sales, which product is doing more sales and which product is doing less sales? I cannot understand by looking at the table that easily. So when you can understand this data is when you present the data in which format? Visual format. So whatever the data is there in the table, I need to graphically present it. I need to graphically present it. See here, when you want to show region wise sales, let's take a column chart. When I go to orders table, when I drag the region, when I drag the sales, then I can see region wise sales properly here. What I can see here? Region wise sales properly available. So I can tell that which region is doing more sales. West, which one is doing less sales? South. Like this, each region, how much sales it is doing, I can show it. So when you present the data in the graphical format, my company people can understand the information easily, where we are doing good, where we are doing bad, all this. Okay, so right here. So visualizations, in short, we call it as visuals. In short, we call it as what? Visuals. This are all these are what? Visuals. There are visuals available, visualizations available. What is the use of that visualizations? Is visualizations are used to visualizations are used to graphically present the data, are used to graphically present the data. Whenever we need to graphically present the data, we'll use what? Visualizations are visuals. Okay, that's fine. So graph, image, it is looking like a graph and image, right? We call it as image. So that will help the clients to understand the data quickly. But when it comes to visuals, there are a lot of visuals, right? And every visual will have some certain purpose. Every visual will have what? Certain purpose. We need to know. So the purpose of each visual. Let's say a client is asking to show year-wise sales. What is the information they're asking to show? Client will only tell what information they want to see. And the developer need to go and pick the right visual here. To show year-wise sales, the right visual is a line chart, guys. Which one? Line chart. Out of all the visuals you have, line is the best visual to show what? Year-wise sales. Let's say my client is asking to show state-wise sales. Which one? State-wise sales. To show the state-wise sales, the best visual is a map visual. Which one? Map visual. Like that, based on the information I want to show, I need to pick the right visual here. I need to pick the right visual. Developer need to have the knowledge when to use which visual. When to use which visual. Every visual will have certain purpose. Every visual will have certain purpose that you need to know. So, okay. So how we will learn the visuals is, I categorize all the visuals into different categories and we will start learning one by one category. First, you people learn visuals for visualizing categorical data. Visuals for visualizing what type of data? Categorical data. First, I'll tell you in our tables, we'll have data called categorical data. Table will have different type of data. Table will have categorical data. Table will have date and time data. What data? Date and time data. Table will have geographical data. What data? Geographical data. Table will have some KPI data. What data? KPI data. So to show each type of data, we'll have separate visuals. So table will have different data. Table will have different data. I said that table will have what? Categorical data. And next type of data, date and time data, geographical data, something called KPI data. What data? KPI data, etc. So table will have data like this. Take an example. When I go to orders table, when I go and select order date is what type of data out of all this? Date and time data. To show the date and time data, we have some set of visuals. Some visuals will be there. So in the same way, when I go to country column or state column, what type of data it is? Geographical data. When I go to category column, what type of data it is? Categorical data, which got some categorized. When I go to sales column, it's a KPI data. What data? You'll came to know all this. So like this, table will have different types of data. Based on the data we need to show, we need to pick the visual. To show categorical data, we have different set of visuals. To show date and time data, we'll have different set of visuals. To show geographical data, we'll have what? Different set of visuals. To show KPI data, we'll have what? Different. But that we need to know. So for that, how we'll learn is, whatever the visuals we have here, we'll learn like this. First, we'll learn what? Visuals for visualizing categorical data. First, I'll tell you what is categorical data. What visuals are there to show categorical data, I'll discuss. Once you are done with visuals for categorical data, then we'll discuss visuals for what? Visuals for visualizing date and time data. Visuals for visualizing what type of data? Date and time data. So once you understand visuals for visualizing date and time data, then we'll learn visuals for visualizing geographical data. What data? Visuals for visualizing geographical data. Then we will learn visuals for visualizing KPI data. What data? Visuals for visualizing KPI data. We'll talk about what is KPI data, what visuals are there to show KPI data. Once you learn visuals for visualizing KPI data, then we will talk about something called visuals for filtering the data. There is one category called what? Visuals for filtering the data. That is one category. What is that? We'll talk about visuals for filtering the data. Visuals for filtering data. That we'll discuss. Next, we'll discuss visuals for presenting the data in the structured format. Visuals for what? Presenting the data in a what format? Structured format. What is the structured format? Why we need to present, we'll discuss. And then we'll discuss some AI visuals. What visuals? Some additional visuals are AI visuals. Additional visuals or some AI related visuals we'll discuss. Like this. So whatever the visuals we have, I categorize them into how many categories? 7 categories. Rather than going and learning straight first visual, second visual, third visual like this, I don't make you learn like that. I categorize them and I'll discuss what each one. First, today we'll start with what? So first point you need to know is every visual have what? Certain purpose. So that you remember. Based on the information we need to show, we need to pick the right visual. Okay. So let's start with visuals for visualizing categorical data. So what is most of the data in the table is categorical data only. While discussing this categorical data, I'll discuss 10 visuals. Around how many visuals I'll discuss? 10 visuals comes under present what data here out of all the visuals, almost 10 visuals here. I used to present the categorical data only. What data? Categorical data. This is the major visuals. To show this data only, you have major visuals. Okay. So what is categorical data? A column which got categorized is categorical data. So how many my company is selling lot of products. That products are categorized into how many categories? Furniture, office supplies, technology. We can call this category column as categorical column. We call this as categorical values. What we call it as? Categorical values. Okay, scroll left and see subcategory column. Subcategories, how many subcategory column is also a categorical column. Subcategory got categorized into how many things? 17. Which got categorized. Here also categorized. There is a subject called ship mode. Take an example. There is a subject called what? Ship mode. That ship mode got categorized into how many categories? 4. First class, same day, second class, standard class. Ship mode is also a categorical data that got categorized into how many categories? 4 categories. Most of the data in the table is categorical data only. Even segment is one subject, and segment is also a categorical column, which got categorized into how many categories? Consumer, corporate, home office. So this is also a categorical column which have categorical values. We can call segment as categorical column. We call this as categorical values. Categorical values. What are the example for categorical data is? I can tell that category column is having categorical data. Subcategory column is having what? Categorical data. Ship mode column is having what? Categorical data. Segment column is having what? Categorical data, etc. To show this kind of categorical data, what visuals we'll use? We'll talk about them first. So here, the first visual we will start with is a pie chart. What is the visual? Pie chart. So in this category, first visual we'll talk about is a pie chart visual. So when you want to learn any visual, the approach we need to follow is, when you want to learn any visual, first we need to start with the purpose of the visual. What is the visual? Purpose. Second thing we need to learn about the visual is field wells. Which one? Field wells. Third thing we need to talk about the visual is formatting options. What is that? Formatting options. Try to understand. First thing we need to learn is what is the purpose of the visual? Pie chart, what purpose we will use? Donut chart, what purpose we will use? Line chart, what purpose we will use? Purpose. When you want to learn visual, first you need to learn the purpose. Purpose means when to use it. If you want to tell purpose means when to use. So you need to know first when to use pie chart. That is nothing but there you will know purpose of the pie chart. When to use visual is nothing but purpose. So when you take a pie chart, if you go here, you have field wells. What are the field wells pie chart is having is legend, values, details, tooltips. 4 field wells are there. Second thing, we need to learn the field wells. We need to learn the field wells means Microsoft is recommending into few field wells place dimension columns, into few field wells place fact columns. That you need to learn. What Microsoft is telling you need to learn. Into which field well we need to drag dimension column, into which field well we need to drag what? Fact column. So second thing we need to learn means field wells. Field wells means you need to learn where to place dimension column and where to place fact column. Where to place dimension column and fact column. Dimension columns and fact columns. Where to place dimension columns and fact columns you need to learn. That is the second thing you need to learn. Okay, after the purpose, you will learn it. So I'll tell one by one. So into some field wells, we always need to drag dimension columns only. Into some field wells, we always need to drag what? Fact columns. First, you need to understand into the field well whether we need to drag a dimension column or fact column. Once you understand whether it is dimension or fact, then you need to understand is it one dimension column or multiple dimension column. Some field wells will allow sometimes only one dimension column it will allow, sometimes it will allow what? So we need to learn the field well means first thing you need to learn about the any field well. Let's say I need to learn legend. In the pie chart, I need to learn about what? Legend. What you need to learn is first into the legend, whether it is dimension, legend is for a dimension or a fact you need to learn. So okay, once I learn it's for a dimension, take an example. Then what you need to learn, I said, okay, legend is for dimension. What is the next one you need to learn? Then you need to learn whether it will allow only one dimension or multiple dimension. One or multiple. So when you are learning any field well, the approach to learn any field well is, first you need to learn whether it is for dimension or whether it is for fact. So okay, you decided it's for what? Fact. Then what you need to learn? Either one or multiple. Either one or multiple. Will it allow either one fact or multiple facts? Like that we need to learn. Okay. So second thing, for every visual you will learn what? Field wells. After purpose you will learn the field wells. So what is the approach I said? Into the field well. First you will learn dimension or fact. What is that? Dimension or fact. Once you understand dimension or fact, then you need to learn what? One or multiple. One or multiple. This way you need to learn. So that we will learn. So first, once after understanding purpose, then we will learn field wells by going and explaining whether it is dimension or fact, whether it is one or multiple. Then formatting options. Take an example. When you take so when I show here category wise cells, don't worry, I'll talk about it. Category wise cells. So to make any change to the visual, we need to go to format and we need to make the change. Developer need to have the idea. Each visual will have a different formatting options. Different. If you see, when I go to format, you are in pie chart. What are the formatting options you have? Legend, slices, detail labels, rotation. When you convert this pie chart to bar chart, when you go here, is the same formatting options or different? Different. You need to know each visual will have a different formatting options. So we need to have an idea each formatting option what change it can do, right? So like that, if you learn these three things, purpose, field wells, and formatting options, you are good to use the visual. You are good to use the visual. First, let's start with which visual today? Pie chart. What you need to learn first? Purpose. When to use the pie chart? When to use the pie chart is, pie chart is used to show categorical data. Pie chart is used to show what data? Categorical data. Categorical data when we have less number of categorical values. When we have what? Less number of categorical values. Categorical values. Less number of categorical values means around 10 or around 3, around 5 or something, right, guys? Around 5. Let's write here. How many categorical values? Around 5. Take an example. When I go to segment column, how many categorical values are there? 3. Can I show in the pie chart? Yes, less categorical values. When I go to category column, how many categorical values? 3. Can I show in the pie chart? Yes. When I go to subcategory, how many categorical values? 17. Can I show in the pie chart? No, not recommended. Pie chart is used to show what? Categorical data when you have what? Less number of categorical values around 5. So you cannot show subcategory in the pie chart. That means you might have other visuals. You might have what? It is not recommended to show in the pie chart. You can show in other charts. What is the charts? We'll learn. Fine. That is the purpose. Okay, once you got the purpose, now you need to learn what? Field wells. Okay, we written the purpose of pie chart. There are, in interview, they will ask, tell me the purpose of line chart. You need to tell one line like this. Okay. Okay. Next one is, which one? Field wells. Pie chart have how many field wells? Take the pie chart. Go to the next. Take the pie chart. Go and see how many field wells. Legend, values, details, tooltips. How many field wells? 4 field wells. Write it. First one, legend. Second one, remove the number, I guess. Legend, values. Third one, details. Fourth one, tooltips. These are the 4. Okay, now you need to know what type of columns you can drag. Try to understand. First, we'll try to understand legend. So you need to learn what? When you want to learn any field well, what you need to learn? I said dimension or fact. You need to learn what? Dimension or fact. Okay, once you learn whether it's a dimension or fact, anyone, let's say it is dimension, then what you need to learn? One or multiple. Then you need to learn one or multiple. Let's start learning them. So next 20-25 minutes, what I'm going to talk, that is important, guys. I'll make you understand how these 4 field wells will work. When you can understand pie chart field wells, You can this field wells I'll explain for around 25 minutes. How much time? If you can understand pie chart field wells, even though by spending 25 minutes, other visuals field wells you can understand in 2 minutes. With this knowledge, you can understand any other visual field wells in just what? 2 minutes. If you don't understand this, you cannot understand other visuals. Right? Concentrate now. Fine. So to explain this field wells, I'll start like this. In the pie chart, show category wise sales. In pie chart, show category wise what? Sales. Here, tell me, category column is a dimension column or fact column?
Dimension
It's a dimension column. Category is a dimension. I'm asking to show in the pie chart one category column and one sales column. Category contains categorical data, right? How many categorical values are there? 3. Can I show in the pie chart? Yes, let's categorical values. Category wise sales. Okay, so category is a dimension column. Sales is what? Fact column. In the pie chart, I need to show one dimension column and one fact column now. I need to show one dimension column and what? One fact column. That's about the. So tell me, guys, where to drag the dimension column and where to drag the fact column is in the pie chart. First dimension column to the legend, first fact column to the values. So legend is for what column I'm telling? Legend is for what column? Dimension column. Values is for what column I'm telling? Fact column.
Fact
It is for fact column. So first dimension column, always we need to drag it to the legend. What is the dimension column we are planning to show? Category. First fact column,
Sales.
values. Sales into the values. Now I need to do formatting. So here, when you have only one dimension column and one fact column, not necessary to show legend. When you show the legend, it is occupying around 20-30% of space here. I want to remove it here. You can remove it by going to format. When I go to format, stop the legend. When I stop the legend, do you see the legend now? When I stop the legend, I cannot understand the sales value belongs to which category. When I have the legend, I can tell that the sales value belongs to what? Office supplies. The sales value belongs to what? Technology. But when you stop it, you don't understand. So for that purpose, in this label, we call it as detail label. What is the name of this? Detail label. So you want to make some changes in this detail label so that they can understand it. Here itself, I can show the category name. Go to the detail labels. There is something called category. If you show only category, you can see categorical value. If you show only data value, you are showing sales. There is something called what? Category comma data value. Category comma data value. Now I can see in category under sales, guys. Okay, that's fine. Category wise sales. So okay, we understand how to show one dimension column and one fact column. Let me tell you. In pie chart this time, show category wise sales comma profit. Sales comma profit. This time what they're asking to show? In the pie chart, they're asking to show category, sales, profit. Now tell me, category is what column? Dimension. Sales and profit. Fact column. This time, how many dimension columns?
One
One.
dimension.
How many fact columns?
2.
One dimension column, 2 fact columns. How to show in the pie chart, I'll tell you. I'll just take a new pie chart again. In the pie chart, first dimension column, where I said? Legend. First fact column, where I said? Values. Now one more fact column they're asking to show. What is that? Profit. Where to drag this profit? Where to drag this profit is same values. Same values. I said that when there is a field well, first you understand it's for fact. I said that some field wells will allow multiple facts. Some field wells will allow only one fact. So this time values can allow multiple facts. Go and drag the profit here and just observe it will allow. When I drag the profit below the values, does it allow both the things? Yes, guys. Now you can see 2 values are there. Orange color have 2 values. One might be the sales value, second might be the profit value. Now, so the formatting is not all the time same. When you have one dimension column, one fact column, the way we format is different. When I have one dimension column, 2 fact columns, the way we format is different. Not all the time formatting is same. So formatting is just to make the visual much better. Otherwise, you can leave it. If your client can understand now, you can leave it. But so when I leave this, I cannot understand which one is sales value and which one is profit value here. Does anywhere you write this is the sales value and this is the profit value? No, you can tell that these two values belongs to what? Technology based on their color. But which value is sales and which value is profit, I cannot tell this. So now, so to tell that, what you can do is, now here, if I do the same formatting what previously I do same formatting here. When I do this, it will not fulfill. Previously, I stopped the legend. I change the label style to category comma data value. This will not fulfill your requirement. Just see, now you are telling this is what value? Sales. This is what value? Profit. Which category? We cannot tell this. If you want to understand the category, this is sales and this is profit. Which category? No. We can tell that using what? Legend. This time legend is mandatory. Previously legend, without legend we can manage. But this time legend is mandatory. Go here, legend on this. When I on the legend, are you getting the legend here? Yes. But having the legend in the right hand side, occupying more space, there is a possibility to move the legend to where? Top, where it can occupy less space. Where it can occupy what? Less space. Let's see how to move it. Go to where? Legend. You have center right. There is an option called what? Top center. Does it save the space now? Now I can tell technology sales value is this. Technology profit value is this. Furniture sales value is this. Furniture profit value is this. Office supplies sales. Office supplies profit. Are we able to show category wise sales and profit? Yes. So now you need to understand values is for one fact column or multiple fact columns. Multiple fact columns. It is for what? Multiple fact columns. Let's say I still want to show this time. Take an example. Client is asking to in pie chart show category wise quantity sales profit. What is that? Quantity sales profit. This time, how many dimension columns? One dimension column. How many fact columns? Three fact columns. How to show one dimension column and three fact column is even the third fact column also we can drag into where? Values. It will allow. So values you have already sales and profit. I can drag the quantity also. It will allow, guys. Just I'm trying to show. Now you see technology. This is the sales. Technology. This is the profit. Technology. This is the quantity. Just to make you understand, it will allow. I dragged it. Okay, leave it about it. So we understand. So values is for what? Multiple fact columns. Now, let's say next requirement is in pie chart show category comma region wise sales. What is that? Category comma region wise sales. This time tell me how many dimension columns?
2 dimensions.
2 dimension columns. How many dimension columns? 2 dimension columns. How many fact columns?
1.
1 fact column. How to show 2 dimension columns and 1 fact column in where? Pie chart. Let's see. Go and take pie chart. First dimension column is category. Where to drag it? Where to place it? Legend. First fact column is sales. Where to place it? Values. Into where? Values. Now I want to drag one more dimension column called region. Where? Region. Where to drag the region? So, right. First try to understand. Okay, legend is for dimension column. We need to check will it allow multiple or one. We need to check it will it allow multiple or one. You already check values. Will it allow multiple or one? Values is allowing multiple, right? That's fine. But you need to check legend also. When I try to drag the second dimension column, will it allow or not? We need to check it. Try to drag the second dimension column. Does it allows means? Allows. But important point you need to understand is when you drag the multiple columns in the legend, with that multiple columns, it will create a hierarchy. Automatically, it will create a what? Hierarchy. With that hierarchy, it will create a drill down visual. It will create a. Yesterday, we talked about a topic called hierarchies and drill down visuals. So you no need to create the hierarchy. If you go and drag category, subcategory, product name, what it will do with these 3 columns, it will create automatically what? Hierarchy. With that hierarchy, it will create what? Drill down visual. Only the difference is if you create a hierarchy, you will drag only one field. If you don't create hierarchy, you will drag 3 fields. That is the only difference. But the visual is output is same. Even when I drag the 3 columns separately, it will create the hierarchy. Okay, leave it about it. Now, below the category, you are dragging the region column. And what we understand when you drag multiple columns here, it will create a hierarchy and will create a drill down visual. Someone tell me, is it recommended to create a hierarchy with category and region? Yes or no? Is it recommended to create a hierarchy with category and region? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Why no?
Mm.
Why no? Then why yes?
Second, we are just
Yes.
saying parent.
Parent-child relation.
Sorry?
Parent-child relationship.
Why? So the simple question with
There's no
category and region.
parent-child relationship between them.
Yes. We need to create the hierarchies only when you have what?
Parent-child relationship.
Parent-child relationship. Do you have a parent-child relationship with category and region?
No.
No, we don't have. So we don't have a parent-child relationship between what? Category and region. Now, not recommended to create a hierarchy here. So not recommended to drag the region into the legend. Into the legend. Keep in mind, into the legend, we need to drag. It will allow multiple dimension columns, but developer need to drag what? Multiple related dimension columns only. So strictly region is not recommended to drag it here. Instead of region, they're asking to drag subcategory. Is it recommended to drag subcategory here? Yes. Category and subcategory, they are related or not? Yes. So by using this, creating a hierarchy is good and creating a drill down visual is okay. Now, when I go and select technology, it will show technology related subcategories and their sales. So drill up and drill down, we can do it. Okay, that's fine. So, okay. Finally, we understand region is not the right place in where? Legend. So here what we written? Legend is for what? Multiple related dimension columns. So this is important. Then, okay, when region legend is not the right place, can I drag the region into the values? Yes or no? Why no?
It is not a fact.
Values is for fact columns, not for the dimension columns. Region is a dimension column, not recommended. Then what? Details. Details is for dimension column only. So I said that when you are learning the field well, you will learn whether it is for dimension column or whether it is for fact column. I'm telling that details is for what column? Dimension column. It is for what? Dimension column. Details is for a dimension column, guys. Okay. Now the region column you can drag into where? Details. You can drag into details. Now you tell me technology is doing how much sales? 836K. For how many regions? 4 regions. I want to split this one value into how many values? 4 values. How to split one value into 4 values? Drag the region into where? Details. When I drag the region into details, this value got split into 4 values or not? Yes, it got split into how many values? 4 values. Now you need to do formatting. Okay, we understand that region will be dragged into details. Now, so this visual, okay, this 4 values you are seeing. Which region, which value, I cannot understand. These 4 values are for which category? Technology. Each one is for one region or not? We need to know which region it is. How to get the region name here? Format, detail labels, category, comma, data value. Now, are we able to see region name and sales? Yes. Now, what is the one more formatting better to do? Move it to top. Take the legend, take it to what? Top center. Now I can understand category wise, region wise, sales. Category technology, central region, sales value. Technology east region, sales value. Technology south region, sales value. Technology west region, sales value. We are able to understand. Okay, that's fine. So we understand how to plot 2 dimension columns and what? 1 fact column. Let's say another requirement is in pie chart, show category wise, region wise, sales and profit. Sales and profit. This time, how many dimension columns? 2 dimension columns. How many fact columns?
2.
2
Two
fact
fact
columns.
columns.
Let's see how to show 2 dimension columns and 2 fact columns from the scratch. I'll take one pie chart. First dimension column I need to show is category. First dimension column I need to show is what? Category. Where to drag the category? Legend. First fact column I need to show is sales. Where to drag the sales? Values. Second dimension column I need to show is region. Where to drag the region? Details. Second fact column I need to show is profit. Till here we already discussed. But we are planning to add one more fact column. Where to drag it?
Tooltips.
Values. Someone is telling we need to drag it to the values. Let's try to drag profits into the values and see whether it will allow or not. When I try to drag the profit here, it replaces the sales. When I try to drag the sales, it replaces the, that means it is not allowing multiple fact columns. Why? Previously, when I try to drag it, does it allow multiple fact columns in the values? Yes,
Yes.
but this time, when I try to drag the another fact column, it's getting replaced the existing one. So what is the reason is, previously I don't have what? Details. If you don't have a column in the details, then values can allow what? Multiple fact columns. When there is a column in the details, then values can allow what? Only one. There
Only
is a
one.
dependency. What you need to understand from here is, there is a dependency between details and what? Details and values. So here, keep in mind, values can allow multiple fact columns. Make a note, when there is no dimension column in the details. No dimension column in where? Details. When there is no dimension column in the details, then only it will allow what? Multiple fact columns. Otherwise, it will allow what? Only one fact column. Now, okay, we understand that already it got filled. No other option. I cannot disturb it. Leave it. But still, I want to show what? Profit. Can I show profit in the values? No, not possible. Then where we can show that profit is, last field value you have is what? Tooltip. So can I drag profit to the details? No, why? Details is for dimension column. It is a fact. So then tooltip is for what column is? It's for a fact column. It's for I can drag the profit to where? Tooltip. Write that point. Tooltip is for what type of column I'm telling? It's for fact column. Okay. So now, I can drag profit to tooltip. But one thing you need to notice is, when I select the profit, when I drag it here, you don't get any change in the visual. Carefully, you notice this area. You will see any change or not, observe it. When I go and drag the profit here in the tooltip, do you see any change in this area? Means no change you will find. Do one thing. Before we drag profit, let's do the formatting. Do the formatting. What is the one formatting you can do? Move the legend to stop center. What is the another formatting? Category, comma, data value. That's fine. Now, okay, now it is, this visual is perfectly showing category wise, region wise, sales. Along with the sales, you are planning to show what? Profit. To show the profit, you are trying to drag the profit to where? Tooltip. When I drag the profit to tooltip, unfortunately, I don't find, when I even go and drag the profit into the tooltip, I don't find any change in the visual. Do you find any change in the visual? No. Then where you will find the change when you drag to tooltip is, when I go on over here, you will see white box. The name of this white box is tooltip. What is this? Tooltip. This tooltip is showing what now? Category, technology, region, central, sales value. If we add profit here, that profit also it will show here. So when you add any column to the tooltip, then it will show in the tooltip box. Is it showing profit also here? Right. The last priority you need to give it for what? Tooltip. Tooltip will not physically show it. When you hover it, it will show. Right. Okay, guys. So we understand how to show what? 2-dimension columns and 2 fact columns. Now tell me, in the pie chart, show category wise, region wise, sales, quantity, sales, and profit. What is that? Quantity, sales, and profit. This time, how many dimension columns? 2-dimension columns. How many fact columns?
3 fact.
3 fact columns. You guys tell me, already 2-dimension columns, 2 fact columns are there. I want to add one more fact column. What is the one more fact column I need to add? Quantity. Tell me where to drag quantity? Into the tooltips. Values can not allow. Then my option is what? Tooltip. When I drag the quantity here, when I hover here, you will see one more thing called what? Quantity, right? In the tooltip, you can see it. So finally, what you understand, tooltip is for one fact column or multiple fact column? Multiple fact columns. Multiple fact columns. We understand it's for multiple fact columns. Okay, till here, that's fine. Now, try to show in pie chart, show category, comma, region, comma, segment wise sales. What is that? Segment wise sales. Tell me, guys, this time, how many dimension columns?
3-dimensional columns.
3-dimension columns.
3.
How many fact columns?
1 fact.
One fact column. Let's see how to show 3-dimension columns and what? 1 fact column. Go and take pie chart. Build from the scratch. Take the pie chart. First dimension column I need to show is category. Drag the category to where? Legend. First fact column I need to show is sales. Drag the sales to where? Values. Second dimension column I need to show is what? Region. Where to drag region? Can I drag into legend? No. We can drag into where? Details. So, okay. Now, one more dimension column I need to add. What is that? Segment. Can I add the segment to legend?
No.
No. Why no?
Details.
There is no relation, child.
They are not related. They are not related. The segment is not recommended to drag into the legend. Can I drag segment to values? No, it is
No.
for fact columns. Can I drag segment to details?
Yes.
Try to check
Yes.
it. Go and drag segment to details. It replaces. What it is doing? Replaces. When I drag region, it replaces segment. So details will allow all the time one dimensional column only. What? Keep in mind, I said that some field wells only will allow multiple. Some field wells will allow what? One. Details will allow what? Only one. Legend will allow multiple dimensional columns? Yes. Values will allow multiple fact columns? Yes. But details can allow what? One dimension. No matter what condition it is, it will always allow one dimensional column. Tooltips? Multiple facts. Now, we clearly understand how that 4 field wells will work. Then tell me guys, where to drag the segment? So segment not possible to, in pie chart, we cannot show the segment guys. So we can show 2 dimension columns if it is related. Instead of segment, if it is what? Subcategory. Where you can drag? You can drag into the legend. Subcategory means yes, you can. You can. Parent-child relationship. Segment means no. Right? So it is not possible to plot this data in pie chart. Not possible in what? Possible in pie chart. That means you can plot it in other visual. You can plot it in what? Other visual. There are other visuals which can support what? 3-dimension columns only. Pie chart will support only 2 non-related dimensional columns. Okay. So this is about the field wells, guys. By this time, you need to get the clarity. Legend is for first. I said that when you are learning any field well, first learn. It is for dimension or fact. Legend is for dimension or fact. Dimension. Once you decide its dimension, then learn one or multiple. Legend is for one or multiple. Multiple, but rule is related. Then values. Values is dimension or fact. Then one or multiple. Again, there is a rule is no dimension column in the details. When there is no dimension column in the details, then only it will be what? Multiple. Then tell me details is dimension or fact? Dimension. One or multiple? One. There is no rules here. Only one at any time. Tooltip is dimension or fact? Fact. One or multiple? Multiple. No rules here. Multiple. Right? So this is about the field wells. I hope you got the clarity. If you can understand pie chart field wells, you can understand any other visual hardly within 2 minutes. Okay. So by this time, you understand pie chart purpose. You understand pie chart field wells. What is the next option? Formatting options. Let's see what are the formatting options you have. Formatting options are divided into 2 parts, guys. One is visual formatting options. First one is what? Visual formatting options. Second one is general formatting options. What is that? If you go to any visual, when I go to format, you will have some visual formatting, you'll have some general formatting options. Visual formatting options are different for each visual. Different for each visual. General formatting options are common for all visuals. Are common for what? Common for all visuals, guys. So see here, when I'm in the pie chart, when I go to general, you see what formatting options are there? Properties, title, effects, data format, header icon, tooltips, alt text. You see these options by going to the bar chart. When I take column chart, when I go to format, when I go to general, is this option same? Properties, title, effects, data format, header icons, tooltips, alt text. Exactly same which you see in pie chart, which you see in column chart. That's what I said. General formatting options are what? Common for all visuals. When you take the column chart, when I go to visual, The visual formatting options you'll see different. When I go to pie chart, when I go to a visual, you'll see different. Visual formatting options are what? Different for each visual. Here, general formatting options are not that important. Important is what? Visual formatting. General formatting options only one time you will learn. The same thing will be applicable for everything. But visual formatting options you will learn for every visual. So let's start with first, which one? Visual formatting options. I'll just go and explain what are the visual formatting options are there. Go to format. What is the first visual formatting option? I'm in the pie chart. First visual formatting option is what? Legend. Whether you want to show it, if show it, where you want to show it, all that you can format it. We know this we call it as what? Legend. If you want to format this legend, where you can format, select the format, you go to where? Legend. I don't go and explain each option. You try to make the changes, you'll get the clarity. So this is what? Legend. If you want to make any changes here, you can do it in the legend section. Next one is what? Slices. So next formatting option you see over there is slices, guys. When you need to go with slices is, let's say I want to change the color of office supplies. I want to change this dark blue to some other color. Where you can change it? Go to slices. You are seeing in the slices what? Colors. Go to colors. Which one? Office supplies. Go to office supplies. Go and change it. I'll just go and change one of this color, guys. Does it change the office supplies colors? No. Yes. Slices is used to change the slice. Each one is a slice. This one is one slice, second slice, third slice. If you want to change the colors, you can change it. Next one, detail label. To format this particular area, we can format in where? Detail labels. Let's say now you are showing this number in thousands. I need to convert it to million. Where you can convert this to million? Detail labels. When you go to the detail labels, there are some options. Currently, you are showing these labels outside. If you want, you can bring to where? Inside. Is it showing these labels inside now? Yes, you're showing this inside now, right? Detail labels. Now if you want to show outside, we can show outside. Next one after the detail labels. Next one in the detail labels. Now I want to convert it to million. Go to where? Values, display units. Change it to what? Millions. So like this, what change you need to do? We need to go to that particular area and we need to make the change. Next one is what? Rotation. You guys tell me here, which one you are showing first? Technology. Second, furniture. Third, office supplies. So out of these three, which one is doing highest? Technology. See, pie chart will start from here. So which one is doing highest, it will show. Now, technology is starting at where? 0. Instead of starting at 0, I want to start at 180. This is 90. This is 180. Pie chart, first value I need to start at where? 180. Where I can do that? Rotation. Go to the rotation. In the rotation, you have what now? 0. Let's change it to what? 180. When I said 180, technology is starting at where now? 180. Then furniture, then for some reasons, if you want to change the starting value, start position, where you can change it? Rotation. Okay. We'll come back to general formatting options. We'll talk about them. Leave it about it for now. So this is about, I said that they're not that much. We'll talk about them. Right. So we completed which visual now? Pie chart. We understand what? Purpose, field wells, formatting options. Once after the pie chart, the next visual you have is donut chart. What is the next visual I'll talk about? Donut chart. Second visual we'll talk about is, see, we'll talk about general formatting options. We'll come back. Donut chart. So again, so the next visual we will talk here is, this visual name is what? Donut chart. So when you want to learn any visual, again, we need to learn same three things. What are the three things? Purpose, field wells, formatting options. Now I need to learn donut chart purpose, field wells, and formatting options. Pie chart purpose and donut chart purpose both are same. The alternative for pie chart is what? Donut chart. So what I write for pie chart, same thing I can write for donut chart also. What I write for pie chart? Used to show categorical data when you have what? Less number of categorical values. Take an example. I take a pie chart. and I show category wise sales. What I show? Category wise sales. Now my client is telling that I want another visual where I need to see category wise profits. The client is telling they want another visual where they want to see what? Category wise profits. Tell me, to show categorical data which have less categorical values, what is the visual? Pie chart, right? As you already use one pie chart, if you keep another pie chart side by side, might not give better look. So you have an alternative for pie chart. What is that? Donut chart. Now to show category wise sales, can I use the donut chart now? Yes. Simple, guys. So to show category wise profit also, I can go and present in where? Pie chart. If you think that both pie chart and pie chart will not give better look, then go for what? Donut chart. So I'll take which visual now to show category wise profit? Donut chart. Go and add one profit. General, effects, add the visual border, add the visual border. Go and take donut chart this time. In the donut chart, what I would like to show is, what you need to show? I take in the donut chart. Donut chart have exactly, not only purpose is same. I said field wells, right? Same 100% applicable for what? Donut chart. If you go to donut chart, what are the field wells? Legend, value, details, tooltips. Are they same like pie chart? Yes, same. Whatever I written here, same. Okay, we understand. Now you tell me in the donut chart, you would like to show category wise profits. What? Category, profit. You guys tell me where to drag category and where to drag profit. Category to legend, profit to values. Go and drag category to the legend and profit to the value. And just formatting options also same. Not only field wells. Even when I go to format, what you have? Legend to format this. What you have? Slices to change the colors. What do you have? Detail labels to this change this particular area. What you have? Rotation to change the starting point. All are same or not? One extra formatting you will find is in the slices. Previously you have only colors. This time you have what? Spacing. The spacing option is not available in where? Pie chart. Remaining all are same. Extra formatting is spacing. When I go to the spacing, when I make it 0, which visual it is? This visual is what now? Pie chart. It's a pie chart. If you want more space over there, you can increase it. You can increase it. This is spacing. What is this? Spacing, guys. So some people will like to have more white space. Some people will like to have less white space there. There you can change it in where? Spacing. Except that remaining options are
अरे बच्ची
same,
तो
guys.
बड़ी हो गई रे कलेजा का टुकड़ा बड़ी हो गई है
Yes.
sorry
Ah. So what? Okay. So you are able to show what? Category wise sales? Category wise profit. One thing what you can see in the do in donut chart is, as you have some white space here, you can try to show some information over here, right? Do one thing. I'll tell you how to show it. Take this donut chart. Take this donut chart. Let's say you have category wise sales. In the donut chart, you have what? Category and sales. Go to format, stop the legend, change the label style to category, data value. Now, as you have some space, in the space, I would like to show overall sales. What I need to show? Overall sales. How to show overall sales in that particular space is not mandatory, but as you have the space, we can utilize it. Let me show you guys how to show the overall sales. So I'll take one card visual first. In the card visual, I would like to drag the sales. Which one? Sales. I want to reduce this number size. It's too big now. I'll just go to format, call out value. Let's make it 20. It got reduced. I don't want to show this particular text. I want to stop it. Go and stop it. Don't worry. You will learn all this in the coming classes. Okay, you make a small and keep it here where you want. So I kept it here. Now, when I look at this visual, we can clearly notice that there is a card visual on top of donut chart. We can notice it or not. So people, they are not supposed to notice that there is a card visual here. Thus, they want to see this number. What I can do is now currently in the background, you have pie chart. In the front, you have card visual. In the front, you have what? Card visual. Now I need to bring the pie chart to front and I need to send the card visual to back. How can you send the card visual to back? Is select the card visual. Select the card visual. Go to format. In the format, there will be an option called send to back. Which one? So I'm in where? First, you select the card visual. Go to format. Send to back. When I click on send to back, now go and see, you don't find a card visual here. Do you find a card visual here? You don't find a card visual. You don't find a card visual here. Now, what is the use? I don't see the 2.3 million now. Am I seeing the 2.3 million now? No. Okay, then what is the reason you are not seeing it is? The reason is, go to format, this donut chart, go to general, effects. There is one formatting option called background. What is that formatting option? Background. That background is what? On. So donut chart have some background. It was on. What is the background color you have? White. So donut chart have a white background. That white background is stopping me to see what?
Card. It's
Background card visual.
So we need to stop that background. If you stop that background, then I can see it or not? Yes. When I stop the background, can I see that background value? Now, people don't know that there is a card visual in the background and you are showing the 2.3 million over. So now I can see overall sales and I can see what? Category wise sales. The same way, quickly do one thing. I have another donut chart where I have category wise profit. What you have? Category and then what? Profit. Go and stop the legend, change the label style to category gamma data value. Now my requirement is I need to show overall profit here. Tell me the steps now. Now you are showing category wise profit, overall profit. What we do?
Card visual.
Take card visual, drag profit, reduce the number size, stop this title. I don't want it. Make it a small one and keep it where you would like to show. Then
Format.
select the visual, go to format, send to back. When you send to back, you are not seeing that now. How to show that is general, effects, visual border on this. Sorry, it's not this. Background, stop
Background.
this. As a white background is there. Now you can see overall profit is what? 286. Out of 286, technology is doing what? 145. Office supplies, 122. Furniture, 18. When you sum these three values, you'll get it. So you can show it. Fine, guys. This is about pie chart and donut chart. We understand donut chart purpose, field wells, formatting options are same, right? Today, we'll get 15 minutes extra video which explain about what? General formatting options. Just 15 minutes extra video you'll get. Please watch it. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue from here in tomorrow's class. We'll go with some questions now. Anybody have any questions?